Hey, what's up, Big John, aka Operation iDroid here, and welcome to my live reaction of Assassination Classroom Chapter 175. If you'd like to read this chapter with me, you can click on the card right here or follow the link in the description below, and we can read this chapter together at the same exact time by following this little overlay I have right here in the top corner, and we can pretend like we're reading this chapter together. With all that being said, super pumped for this chapter. I'm excited to see whether the second gen is dead or alive after that attack from Koro-sensei. So, without any further ado, I hope you have your chapter up and ready to go, because as you can see, I'm on page 1 and this chapter is called Lost Time. Of course, it begins with a flashback though. So, here we go. The flashback is from when the second gen was still the apprentice of Koro-sensei, a moment of the past shared by master and apprentice. What's with these flowers? I picked a few from the field just outside and tried arranging them in a decorative fashion. I figured being able to spruce up this place a bit more might be a handy skill for the future. But if they're getting in your way, I'll clear them out of the room right away. Which is crazy because, as we know, he got like really obsessed with flowers as he continued to grow. So I guess this is like the first time we see him and his little flower obsession. Nevertheless, page 2, as always, shout out to MangaStream for the translation. They're amazing for providing this for us. And heading into page 3, are we going to continue? We are going to continue where we left off. Apparently, Koro-sensei. So in the last chapter, Koro-sensei hit him with a massive beam of energy. It seems like the second gen is still alive though, and Koro-sensei is coming after him with one of the anti-sensei knives in his hands. The fates will soon be decided. He's coming at him with the knife. Second gen like gains consciousness, sees him coming, and dodges it just barely though, losing like one tentacle, I guess, or arm, and back to the flashback. Nope, keep them there. You have great taste, far better than anything I could have done. Oh, okay, so compliment there in the flashback. Page 5. Page 5 is gloating right now because my internet's being super slow, which is phenomenal. It happens. And lately, dude, these chapters have been really action-packed. Like, it's just been panel after panel of fights, but now we have some flashbacks. I'm relieved to hear that. In that case, I'll bring in an arrangement every day from now on. That's fine by me, but if there's anything you should be doing every day, it's studying chemistry. At your current aptitude, killing an insect would prove to be difficult. Yo, Koro-sensei. Teaching him, but being a tough teacher. If only I had been able to truly see that smile back then, perhaps I could have guided this man towards a better future. It's true, if you think about it, like Koro-sensei kind of failed as a teacher in terms of the second gen, where he wasn't able to like lead him towards the right path like he's been doing with his students here in class 3E. Nevertheless, he gets the knife right in his right in the center, which we know is their weak spot. At least Koro-sensei had a weak spot right under his tie, and it looks like that's exactly where Koro-sensei just stuck the knife. The tentacles question me. What did I want to become? Oh snap, Koro-sensei's classic answer. Here we go, page 7. Oh, yo, what? No, this was the second gen's answer. I wanted to be someone you would acknowledge. I wanted to be like you. Damn, that's sad as fuck. Let's be honest, that is sad. These days, I am able to finally understand how you felt. If we meet again on the other side, let us study together once more so that we do not make the same mistake twice. Damn, dude, that is so sad. And there goes the second gen. Dies on the barrier, just like Yanagisiawa. Fuck that guy, remember he died last chapter. And the second gen's death was kind of sad, dude, because if you think about it, like, it's kind of Koro-sensei's fault. Like, that was his apprentice, and like he knows he fucked up, and like he couldn't sculpt his apprentice into the person that he wanted to be, and in the end the apprentice ended up taking the wrong path, and all of this shit happened. Not a single cry of joy was uttered in that moment. Yo, everyone knew, like, fuck. Like, even I'm not even like happy that he died. Like, damn. And yo, here we have Nagisa just holding Kayano. Lower her to the ground. I'll bring a sheet to cover her up. Dude, fuck, is Kayano actually dead? Like, Keep her in your arms, Mr. Nagisa. It is best to minimize her contact with any and all bacteria. Koro-sensei. Students, keep in mind that precious time cannot be turned back. Your teacher has made countless grave errors in the past. Damn, he's even beating himself up about it. However, it is possible to learn from your past, to avoid making the same mistake over and over again. What is this? This is made of Miss Kayano's blood cells. I managed to pick up each and every last speck of them before they fell on the ground and stored them into a mass enveloped in clean air. Don't ask me how the fuck Koro-sensei did that. I did not see that happen. Koro-sensei is a monster. You managed all that while you were fighting? From this moment, this all began. I prioritized sparing a few backup tentacles in the likelihood that I needed to protect any of you. So he has backup tentacles that he's never showed anybody. I will now begin the operation to reconnect each and every cell. Fucking Koro-sensei. What the fuck? That's insane. Koro-sensei's a fucking monster. My speed, my precision. For the past year, I've dedicated myself to improving this skill on many levels. I had to be certain that if such a calamity ever happened again, I would be able to resetify things on my own accord, which is crazy because, like, when Koro-sensei first went berserk, he went out of berserk because he killed Kayano's older sister. And it's crazy how he went into berserk mode by seeing Kayano get hurt. However, because of what happened the first time, he trained so hard so that would never happen again and is now able to save Kayano. That's insane. The tiny little cells that floated in the air were being kept warm by his molecular vibrations. He carefully sorted each one out and placed them back into Kayano's body with amazing precision. All this meanwhile simultaneously transferring his own energy over to her with his lit up tentacles. With hyperspeed and frightening precision, the operation continued on. Koro-sensei is a motherfucking monster. That's all there is to be said. And the cells were placed back into their original spaces with special care, without a single error, not even on a microscopic level. Since there were some cells that were damaged beyond repair, I've left openings for their spots and temporarily filled them in with my slime. Do you just see Koro-sensei like smiling face like his own DNA? She's also running dangerously low on blood. I would appreciate some help from those of you that have type AB blood, which is a Tona, Karma, and he just like sucks blood for them. Within a matter of days, her body should be able to regenerate these cells and replace their placeholders, which were Koro-sensei cells. Miss Nakamura, as for you, I would appreciate it if you could carry the destroyed birthday cake over to my man. Yo, even in like this most insane time of grieving, Koro-sensei can still joke around. The fuck? But it just looks really nasty now, all messed up and covered in dirt. Beggars can't be choosers. I need energy. Besides, I've been eyeing that delicacy over the course of the battle. The operation smoothly transitions into his final stages while he's eating that fucking nasty ass cake. Now, not a single thread of string was used in the process, but the wounds were closed up in front of our very eyes without so much as a single scar left behind. How he did that? No fucking idea. Well, then again, he just put all the cells back where they originally were. I guess that would include skin cells. Phew. Now, as long as we get her heart beating again, the restoration will be complete. Everything went without a hitch, just as I had planned out in my instructional manual titled, "In the event of a student gets impaled on school ground." Dude, that's ridiculous. Koro-sensei was prepared for everything. No sane person would ever anticipate that type of shit going down. I'll mention it now since it seems appropriate. I've honed my skills enough to the point that I'd be able to reconstruct your bodies even if it had been blown to bits and pieces, as long as I was within close proximity. As long as I truly observed and stayed near my very own students. Yo. He legitimately just brought Kayano back to life. What in the fuck? And look at Nagisa right behind her, like, so happy to see Kayano's heart beating and alive again. And Kayano goes, "You saved me, again, and I'll continue to do so as many times as needed. I'm positive your sister would have done the same thing. What's important is that you learn from and never repeat your mistakes." One time for Koro-sensei. Why is Koro-sensei such a monster? Augiri. Aguri. I can't say that. I have succeeded in doing an adequate job of instructing your students. This year you've given me will be a gift that I'll treasure for all eternity. A year after their initial physical contact, their hearts will remain connected forever. Next issue will open with a long-awaited color spread. Yo. Yo. That's crazy. Look at Koro-sensei with their old teacher just staring at all the students and seeing how they've grown. That's crazy, dude. What a great chapter. Another great chapter. Man. Good stuff. Honestly, there's people complaining about the fact that Koro-sensei healed Kayano. But at the same time, Koro-sensei, it's a shonen, number one. Not a tragedy whatsoever. I don't think they would let anyone die like that, especially Kayano, who's such an important character. Koro-sensei did pull some shit out of his ass, but to be honest, Koro-sensei's been pulling shit out of his ass the whole manga, so it's not like this wasn't expected. Nevertheless, I'm happy. I'm happy with the outcome. I did not want to see Kayano die. There was no real point in her dying. Like, her injury was what moved the plot further, not necessarily her death. And, like, it's not like this was pulled out of the ass per se. Like, of course, this same shit happened to Kayano's sister, and Koro-sensei made preparation so this would never happen again. Nevertheless, awesome chapter. However, we still have some things that need to be solved, some things that still have to go down. That massive plasma cannon that's above them is going to drop and fuck them. Second thing is that the shield's still up, so there's no way Koro-sensei can escape unless they bring the shield down. And I guess those are our two problems right now. Oh, and the third thing is that Koro-sensei could still blow up. That is definitely a possibility. So I'm curious to see how that's all going to turn out, how the manga is going to end, because more than evident, we are now reaching its final moments. Shiro, Yanagisiawa, and the second gen have now died. They're gone, so their fuckery is no longer available. And it is what it is, man. Great chapter in my opinion. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button as it helps out the video tremendously and I truly appreciate it. As well as don't forget to let me know your thoughts about this chapter in the comment section below. I always love to read what you guys have to say, and let me know if I missed anything, because I tend to do that sometimes. And I guess I'll see you guys next week for another chapter of Assassination Classroom, or in any of my other videos if that's your thing. And as always, thanks for watching this with me, and keep being you.